Welcome Dwij and welcome Shubhratosh. First to Bangalore and then to Insights family.
Thank you
For
so
his
much, sir.
yeah, welcome. So, how was your flight?
It was pretty decent.
Okay, so did you explore Bangalore? Not yet.
Not yet, just coming an hour ago, but
Hmm.
definitely we'll go in the evening. We'll explore.
Great. So now, how does it feel like to be a topper?
I think it's a pretty good feeling, not rather overwhelming, but it's a pretty good and satisfactory kind of feeling
Hmm.
because there is no need to write again and again, no need to go through that turmoil of emotions. So I think it's pretty satisfactory.
So I was reading your blog post. I came to know that you both are good friends and both of you have cleared together. Again, once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And how did that happen? Like,
So the thing is that we both studied from the same college,
oh,
NIT-Bhopal, mechanical engineering, and since then only we had a bonding, and we shared this thought that we will be going for civil services preparation. And after resigning from job since 2020, we started preparing, and fortunately or unfortunately, even in 22nd attempt, 2021,
hmm.
we both reached interview stages and unfortunately could not make it together.
Okay.
And now this year again, when we put in our best foot forward, we could make it to the list and finally going to Labas.
Like, who decided first? Like, when you were in the college, who
Hmm.
decided first that, let us explore civil services, not
Sure.
any private job?
I was the first person to start it. I started preparing in third year of college itself.
Okay.
Thereafter, Dwij joined me into the preparation.
Yeah, actually, I had a childhood dream of being into civil services. I think we somehow shared that. Our journey starting point was very different. He started in college as well, but I started pretty late. After the college, after the completion of college, I started then only.
Okay. So I have heard this, people have this childhood dream, but somehow during college days and maybe even school days, maybe they get carried away with academics. And then after graduation, then again, they try to, live up to this dream of getting into civil services. So what happens during those college days?
Yeah, actually, that happened with me as well. So when I was in my second year, I thought of going to civil services. But what happened was my friends were going for gate examination, engineering examinations. So I had, this fear of missing out it was there. Like any student share, I was also having this fear of missing out, that I would be scoring less in colleges as well, and I would not be able to compete with the fellow students. So I had this fear of missing out. But then I joined the gate coaching. I joined the gate coaching as well. For 1.5 years, I did gate coaching. I prepared well. So I had the clear goal that I will go for a gate examination. I'll join
Sorry to interrupt. Which branch of engineering?
Mechanical engineering. I'm from mechanical engineering.
Hmm.
So that I will go for one job in PSU. Thereafter, I will think about civil services. The civil services was there, but it was somehow secondary to my primary job.
Okay.
That was the scenario back in the college. But when I was in final year, I finally took the risk. I finally took the call that I'll not be going for this engineering side now. If I have to go for civil services, that's my primary target. I'll go for civil services only. So I was studying for past 3-5 years, like 3 years in college and 2 years for JE 11th and 12th. So I thought of taking a 1 year break. So in final year, I worked on my skills, my personality. So I joined student politics. I was in student union. So I was the secretary. I worked there. I worked, very hard. I developed my leadership skills, communication skills, and the overall personality. Thereafter, coming back from the college, I remember on 8th May 2019, I came back from the college, and from 9th May 2019, I had Spectrum in my hand. Okay. So I was. So what I did was I researched everything during my final year. That what I have to do, what is the strategy, what is the plan. Just I have to execute. So I started from 9th of May, and I prepared along with my job.
9th of May 2020.
9th of May 2019.
2019.
I prepared 1 year along with my job till September 2020. Then in September 2020, I left my job, and very next month.
Yeah, like why did you join the job? Like, you prepared for GATE and then dropped it. And anyway, meanwhile, you're preparing for civil services, in a way, developing your personality and,
Yes.
planning for it. So, but both of you, why did you join job after, what I see is most of the people after graduation, they skip placements and they
Right.
come for coaching and, preparation. So if you can.
The reason is sir, that since we have studied mechanical engineering for past 4 years, we wanted to explore the opportunities available. because we do not wanted our knowledge to go to waste, as well as the opportunities at presentation were very lucrative for that matter. I was placed in a public sector undertaking in BML Mesuru, and he was working for Hero Motocorp,
Automobile
which
sector.
both of the companies are name in brand in itself.
Correct.
So we wanted to explore those opportunities and well, and also because we wanted to match our timing that we'll prepare together, we'll start preparing together. So for 1 year we took a break that okay, we have recently passed the college, let us explore the things, and thereafter we'll come into the preparation.
But wasn't it difficult to leave the job? When
Yeah,
especially you were in such a good job. Maybe I'm sure the pay would have been better also.
Yeah, it was really difficult. I think somewhere we have to make a choice. So I think the risk taking has to be done. Risk taking ability needs to be put in on.
Parents, what did they tell you?
So for 1 year, actually, what they did, what they told me in the final year, that you to take placement, then thereafter you can leave the job if you want. Just take a placement for your self confidence and for your self worth, that you have achieved something on your own, and coming from this reputed institution of national importance, NIT, National Institute of Technology, it's not a good thing that you do not take placement from there. So that's why I took the placement. I prepared along with my job. So what happened was I thought of leaving it after 6-7 months, but somehow COVID happened, and it was a blessing in disguise. So I could manage my job and studies as well, because I was working from home. So somehow I managed for 4-5 months, and I completed 1 year. Thereafter I left.
So adding on to that, one thing that our parents have always been supportive.
Okay.
And even when we were working there, they always pushed us that your aim is civil services. Do not forget that amidst the lucrativeness which job has to offer, and keep preparing. And even when we were doing our jobs, we were still preparing, reading newspapers, making notes. We never gave up on civil services.
So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
had the backing of parents.
Yeah,
Yes,
adding to that, backing of the parents, as well as discipline on ourselves also.
Yes.
Because I was living in Gurgaon, and Gurgaon is a place where every weekend my friends used to go to parties,
Correct.
every clubbing and everything. But on Saturdays, Sundays, I was sitting at the room studying for 10-12 hours, so pulling myself.
How did that feel like? When friends ask you for let us go for dinner, let's go for party and all, and then the next day they post photos also, right?
Yes, yes.
Status and
Right.
Instagram. So you were studying here. You would have definitely looked at these photos. So how did that feel?
Sometimes it used to feel that we are missing out something, but when we start thinking, we have to go to somewhere else. We do not belong here. We belong somewhere else, or our goal is different. Then it becomes, I think, easier for one to focus on one thing. Thereafter, somehow I switched off my social media accounts as well to stay away from it.
So the thing is that the larger picture was always clear, that we can miss out on these temporary gratifications or instant gratifications, so that in larger run we can fulfill the ambitions or the dreams which we saw at the early age.
See, some people don't go to these functions, social events. Maybe because you people had this clear picture, like as you said. But some people, because of some inferiority complex, that they are not in job and they are preparing for so many years. So what would my friends think? Did that ever happen to you at least once or twice?
Yes, sir. Indeed. Because when we failed last attempt and even 2020th attempt, we started feeling that opportunity cost is there. Every year when we are preparing and people are doing their jobs, some is getting their masters done. So we are losing out on things. Yes, we were feeling that. However, sir, because of parents, because of the support we gave to each other, and because of having a very concrete goal in terms of knowing where we need to reach, even when it cost us things like missing out on certain opportunities, financial, social. But sir, it was very clear that no, even if we are missing out on it, we need to go for the dreams which we saw earlier.
And adding to it, sir, I think there has to be a certain plan B after 1 or 2 years. I think that is very important. So after just in the first attempt when I was giving, I gave state services also. So I had a job there. I didn't join later, but I had a job there. Thereafter, we were exploring opportunities. He gave attempted CAT after this attempt.
Okay.
On October, we had, and he got 99.43 percentile. He got call from reputed institute, converted many institutes. So I think if you are done with your studies, you have invested 1.5 years or 2 years in this examination, then having this plan B would make your opportunity cost less. That you won't miss out on many things. You will still have something in your hand to look after.
So you were exploring doing MBA from IIM.
Yes, sir. This year I appeared for CAT after mains was completed in September, and I scored
Now, why
90.
did you think in that direction?
So the reason was that last year when I attempted CSE, I believe that I have given my best to it. And just because of my optional marks, and I could not still figure out how it happened, I could not make it to the list.
Your optional is?
Political science.
Okay.
And I could not make it to the list because of that only. So it was a shocker for me. And now I was seeing things that I have given my best shot to the exam. For 2-3 years, consistently I'm preparing for it. And I cannot give add any more to the exam or any more to my knowledge. And hence I was satisfied with this attempt that I have given my best. There's nothing more I can do. And if CSE wants me, it will choose me. If it doesn't, then I need to move forward. Thereafter, I might, after completing MBA or doing jobs, I might again come into the profession.
So, what about your plan B? You didn't join UPPCS?
So plan B was I planned one startup with my friend, and I think we worked for 3-4 months. It was an ad tech startup. So, but somehow due to some marketing flow, one marketing flow was there which we could not figure out. It somehow failed. So I had plan B, like because I'm a kind of person who needs satisfaction at the end of the day. That can come either from the civil services, that you are doing something for some things for the society or something for the others, or like doing something creative, putting innovative things, or it can come from having a startup or building something.
Yes.
So I'm that kind of person. So my plan B was that only.
Also, you have one more common friend, Asad.
Yes.
So, of course, he will be joining us tomorrow. But where did he meet? Was he also your college mate or?
Actually, Asad is from NIT Bhopal, and me and Asad were together in Hero MotoCorp. We were working together at Hero MotoCorp. So
was it you who brought him into UPSC or what?
Yeah, he was the immediate link.
Actually, he also had this. He's also started preparing during the civil services preparation during the job as well. But when we met, we talked to each other that we are doing like this, we are doing like this. So he had also this plan of going for the civil services after leaving the job. So I remember we together left the job, me and Asad, in September 2020, and we prepared together. Earlier, Asad was having this maths optional. Then, because I was preparing from anthropology optional, so he chose anthropology.
Okay.
And I think
even I suggest that mathematics nowadays, looking at all the optional scores, it consumes too much of time.
Right.
It's not advisable. So, but today morning I tweeted something. I tweeted that in UPSC it is not your destination or journey that counts. It is the company you keep.
Yes.
Right. So you three were together. You each had good company. How did that help in your preparation?
Sir, it is, I believe, one of the major foundation over which our success has been built upon. Because during this preparation, you isolate yourself from rest of the world. So in that time, because we are humans, we feel emotionally and mentally drained when we are preparing consistently. And there where friends come in. They support you in that situation, and not only in personal front, even in professional front. Even when we were getting our copies checked from different institutes, we were putting it forward to be checked or evaluated by each one of us, so that we can point out where the issue lies and where is the problem or what we are doing better, so that we can copy it from the other one's copy as well. And collectively, we have also made some notes. Which, please.
Another thing is that there is when there is a peer group, there is always a spirit of competition there.
Correct.
So that was not in our case, luckily.
Collaboration.
It was a collaboration, and we were very supportive to each other. I remember Asad last year scored 94 marks in ethics.
Yes.
So he was completely that you two other people who will improve my score in ethics. Do whatever you can do, but improve my score in ethics. This year he has scored 119. So what we did was we all three sat on a video call on a meet, and we wrote all the PYQs from 2013 to 2021 of ethics with the different dimensions like international relation, history, political science, economic. Like from every dimension, we included our examples, case studies, and quotes. We had different strengths. Like I'm good in examples. He's from political science background, so he may give some quotes. Like Asad came up with some case studies. So we somehow compiled that document, and the document was very fine document, and we revised that many times, 4 or 5 times we revised it before the examination, and it really helped us because that was made by our brainstorming only.
All of us got 110 plus marks.
110 plus
in ethics.
In ethics.
111, 113, and 119.
So I'm sure your answers were different at the end of the day,
Yes.
though you collaborated.
Yeah, actually our writing style is different.
Very different.
Very
Mm.
different. We three has different writing style.
But that is important, right? What do you think? Having your own unique writing style.
Yes. Actually, that's a important and the most crucial part, that we maintained our unique style while preparing together.
Mm.
We all have our unique style, but though content is same, the format is same, but style is different.
Mhm. So earlier you told me that you didn't do well in the interview in your
Yes.
previous attempt, and how did you improve your interview skills? And so you have done decently well this time.
Yes,
How
sir.
did you improve your score?
So last year I scored 154, and this year I have scored 173, which is a pretty decent marks. So what I did was, after my mains examination, I read certain books, because what I think is, during UPSC preparation we confine ourselves, our thinking, to a limited set of things. Like, these are the things which we have to read, which we have to discuss upon. I read many books by some intellectual persons. Like, I read Why Nations Fail. I read Dr. S. Jashankar's our
Right.
Honorable External Affairs Minister's book. And many more books which
non-fiction
non-fictional books, which from which I can get a different perspective than what we are getting now. So that really helped me in building a perspective, thinking, so that I can think out of the things
Box.
which we are confined to.
Hmm.
Secondly, what I did was I practiced. We had a group of 5-6 friends. So we daily used to have a call in the evening, where we used to discuss current affairs, national issues. So we used to ask we used to prepare 2 articles daily. We used to explain it to others, and then another person will put up some questions to you. You have to answer those questions as well. So like that, we prepared after that. And then I gave some mock interviews as well, some one-to-one sessions. I had one-to-one session with you as well. So the inputs I got, I tried to inculcate them. I tried to improve upon them. So that's how I improved the score.
So what do you think about this year prelims paper? Did you go
Yes.
through these
Yes, sir,
questions?
Yes,
we
sir.
have gone
Did
through
you have
this.
patience to go through them?
Yes.
Sir,
sir.
it took out something from us going through that paper. But sir, we did for our friends, because they have attempted the paper and they wanted to know the level, that how the paper is. And sir,
So each one of you, what do you think? First you, what do you think?
Sir, I believe that UPSC, though this year's question paper was very difficult in comparison to last year's, but the basics remain still the same.
Correct.
Even if paper's nature is changing, the cutoff is going drastically down. And if it goes down, the things become easier, because there are simpler questions as well. They are embedded in the paper amidst all the chaos that is there. The simpler questions are also there.
That is a nice way to see, actually.
Yes, sir.
Good.
And sir, the second thing is, when people make their foundation over previous year questions, not only the questions, even the options which have been given in previous year papers, they analyze it. They will find that yes, they can come to the elimination or the answer for getting the desired marks to qualify the exam. So the basics remain still the same, sir.
What is
Sir,
your
what
view?
I could interpret from the paper is that the level of question is same. The level of options has been difficult. It has been deliberately
The
made
format
difficult
is
by
different.
format has been changed, but the level of question is same. So in my opinion, preciseness of knowledge is required now. Whatever you study it very precisely. They are not asking anything out of box. They are asking within the syllabus, but they are asking it very precisely. So I think earlier somehow students were mainly focused on current affair magazine. I think that is important at the end of the month to revise. But newspaper reading is essential. It is must. If you read the newspaper, you remember things in a sequence. Remember, you are better able to figure out the questions. What can be the possible questions from this situation which can arise? So I think preciseness has to be there. Second thing I want to talk about CSET. So I think because of the difficulty of the CSET, the GS cutoff is going down.
Correct.
So for CSET, I think earlier, especially for the engineers or the science background people, they used to attempt math section more and comprehensive section less. I also used to do that. But now I think the strategy should be to give equal time to both.
Yes.
Because if we see this year papers, then maths is relatively very difficult and comprehension is relatively on the lower side. So I think if we have to give equal amount of time to both now to qualify the examination.
So your success, no, not only you celebrate, we also like to celebrate. So though you are not our classroom students, maybe you took one-on-one, still we feel that it should be celebrated. and I'm sure in your villages, in your towns, you were celebrated. So what do you think about this, post success celebration?
I think I have to say two things to this. This after this rigorous phase, obviously success has to be enjoyed or it has to be celebrated. The second thing is it has not to be much glorified, because we know that at the end of the day or at the end of some point, there is some element of luck after rigorous hard work.
Exactly.
If we have made it to the list, then there are certain more students who are equally competent enough, but somehow they could not. So I think over glorification has not to be there. You enjoy success, you work hard, you work for the people, because we are here to work for the people, and you enjoy that. But I think over glorification has not to be there.
And adding on to that, sir, that even amidst the success which we have got or the fame which we are getting, we should remain grounded. That's very important.
That was my next question. Like, how do you ensure that? Because when you are treated in a special way,
This question I would like to answer. So
both of you answer. Yes.
Shubhratosh and my friend Yaman is there. So they both were staying with me in Pondicherry for past 7-8 days. So I'm in service, so I used to get lot of attention in the day. Someone is doing this, someone is
Correct.
doing that for me,
Danix,
arranging.
yes.
Yes, I'm in Pondicherry. But these two fellows are insulting me day and night. They are literally squeezing everything out of me. So I think your friends are the ones which keeps you grounded.
Correct.
And your your very goal of coming to the service, which is to serve the people or to do something for the society.
Yes.
That is the primary goal. I think if that is clear and you remain strict to that, then somehow you can manage with the fame which you are getting, which is temporary.
So adding on to that, one important thing to realize is that this fame is also temporary and it will pass. And next year new toppers will come and they'll get the same attention, and at the same time we'll be posted into some department or organization where very few people will be knowing us, and all this will pass. So we need to realize that now itself, that yes, it is there but it is temporary. So enjoy it, but at the same time keep our feet on the ground. And also, sir, the role of family becomes very prominent in this. Friends and family. So as Dwij mentioned, they should be there to keep you grounded and so that you remain humble and do not change for them. Because we also need to realize that since the 2,500 people who attempted the interview, they are equally competent. Only
Correct.
hardly 19-20, the ratio is like this. The difference is very minimal. So we could have been on the other side of the table as well if fortune was not in our favor. So just remember this fact, and sir, we try to keep our feet grounded.
So it has always been your dream to go to Labasna together.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, yes, sir.
So
Actually,
in few days you're going there.
Yes,
How does it feel? Like, what are the plans?
it feels really good. Actually, 4 years ago, in 2019, when I
Yes.
went to see of him at the
College.
railway station during the college
Okay.
days. So I posted a Insta story that don't worry, we'll meet at Labasna. हमारा सफर Labasna तक का है, ऐसा like that. And somehow it is coming true. So I think many friends are going there. So it would really be a friendly place. I hope so. And we are planning for having
Also,
some new
sir-
dresses and all like that.
Also,
Yeah.
sir, we want to expand our network. We want to make good connection with the people, with the future officers, so that we do not remain limited to our own department or dimensions. If
Correct.
we can see that some of my friend could bring a change to this direction or to this dimension, we can bring that or make that person a party to the case. At least act as a stakeholder in that matter. So yes, sir, making good contacts is one of the priority. And thereafter, sir, we will start working on our personality to start getting transformed from an aspirant to an officer, sir.
And the government also wants that working across
Yes, sir.
department, as they say, working across
Correct.
department, such kind of officers are required. I think that training has to start from Labasna only.
Correct. So nearly 120 toppers are gathering here in Bangalore for tomorrow's felicitation. I hope all of you meet and gel together. And last year also it was very fun.
Yes, sir.
Same number of people came and they were labeling it as mini Labasna moment here.
Yes,
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 sir,
definitely.
they do.
So I hope all of you will enjoy here, and thank you
sir.
so much
Definitely,
for
sir.
accepting
Thank you so
our
much.
invitation. Coming all the way to Bangalore. I hope you will have a great time, and I'm very happy to see you all here.
Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir. Thank you for the
Thank you for
opportunity.
inviting
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you.